We would like to welcome you to the PSI National Practical Test. Electronics of any kind are strictly prohibited in the testing facility. Please raise your hand if you have any of these restricted devices in your possession so we may address your situation. If any test taker is found possessing any prohibited items in the testing facility, PSI will stop your test and you will be required to leave the testing facility immediately, and a report on your actions will be submitted to your governing authorities. Test takers are responsible for providing all necessary equipment and supplies needed for the performance of their practical test. Test takers are not permitted to assist other test takers in any way. Test takers are evaluated at all times throughout the test for public health and safety. If you have an emergency or need to use the restroom during the test, please raise your hand for assistance in leaving the testing area. You will be required to sign out and sign back in when returning. Keep in mind the time will continue to elapse and any instructions you miss will not be repeated. Only one test taker may leave the area at a time. Please return as quickly as possible. The prompter will read instructions for each topic area, and the evaluator will facilitate the timing for each topic area and supervise the test. You are not allowed to speak or ask questions pertaining to the test content. A certified practical evaluator is responsible for observing and scoring test takers' performance and is not allowed to converse with test takers except to provide instruction when required in the specific demonstrations within the topic areas. You are each provided with a red book to read along with the instructions in your language. Please do not touch or turn the pages in the red book. However, feel free to reread the instructions or the topic as needed to understand the tests. Evaluators are only permitted to answer general questions that are not directed to the test content. Are there any questions about the instruction you have been given?
No.
We will begin with the evaluation of a daily workstation preparation. 10 minutes will be provided to prepare your daily workstation. The proctor will announce when there are 5 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. You may start. Time begins now. There are 5 minutes left to finish. Please stop and stand quietly. Please stop working. The timing has ended. All scoring has been completed. We will now continue to the next topic area.
So that first section is you setting up your station. So your bag should be labeled pre-exam setup, right? Inside of that bag, you have your general supplies, your hand sanitizer, your gloves, your first aid kit, and then some extra items that you may need, like tongue depressors, cotton rounds, extra gloves, and anything that you may run out of, any miscellaneous supplies. And then you also want to have water just in case you need it for your facial section. And then you want a wet sanitizer, which would be like your barbicide jar, right? And so, first things first, you want to take the stuff out of the bag, place your soiled linen receptacle, and then your your waste receptacle on the floor. And then you want to throw that bag in the trash in your waste. After you throw that bag in the waste, then you sanitize your hands, put some gloves on, and then disinfect your station, your table, your chair, under your supplies. And then, of course, you take those gloves off with the napkin or the disinfectant wipe inside of it. Take those off, put them in your waste. Make sure you put your waste and your soiled linens in their designated places. Because if you put a pair of gloves in your soiled linens, then that's points deducted.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you put that stuff in their proper places. So after you take your gloves off, put those in the trash, sanitize your hands, and that's the first section. Very easy. Any questions?
I think I can do that.
All right. Can you read the part that says, read the part that says evaluation? The blue letters under that section.
The one that we just worked on?
Mm-hmm.
Prepares daily workstation, adheres to workplace infection control precautions, adheres to workplace safety precautions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Workplace safety precautions, these are things like making sure you wear gloves, right, when you're disinfecting. Mainly because your disinfection is a chemical. You don't want to, in a sense, damage your skin from the chemicals.
When we do the test, are we supposed to do the same thing you do? Like not put the gloves on, we just act like we're putting them on?
Oh no, you will be putting the gloves
on. Oh, we
on.
have to put everything on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to do everything like it's an actual service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm just mocking it because, I just want to indicate that that's what I'm doing. But because we'll be, in a sense, doing this stuff again, we'll be using this same kit over and over and over again and just demonstrating.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Pika, you got any questions? Okay. Another workplace safety precaution or thing that they deem to be a standard, you must have a first aid kit. Every station should have a wet sanitizer. You must disinfect your station with an EPA registered disinfectant. Did I mention the hand sanitizer already?
Yeah.
Okay. And then also too, anytime you perform a service, you have to wear gloves. Okay. And that's a universal thing. I say it's general or universal because some states say you must wear gloves. Some states say you don't have to wear gloves for certain things. But just to be on the safe side, always sanitize and then put on gloves. There's no one without the other. Just for the sake of you not skipping a step. Okay. All right.
This evaluation is basic facial. 5 minutes will be provided to set up your workstation and prepare your client for a basic facial. The proctor will announce when there are 2 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. Start your preparation. Timing begins now.
Am I performing the facial or am I just setting up for the facial?
I think it's only to set up because it says to set up your workstation and prepare your client for a basic facial. So just prepare.
Thank you.
You have 2 minutes left to finish. Please stop working. The timing has ended. 10 minutes will be provided to complete a basic facial. The proctor will announce when there are 5 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. Start your basic facial. Timing begins now. There are 5 minutes left to finish. Please stop working. The timing has ended. We will now continue the basic facial. 5 minutes will be provided to clean off your basic facial workstation. The proctor will announce when there are 2 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. You may start. Timing begins now. You have 2 minutes left to finish. Please stop working. The timing has ended. All scoring has been completed. We will now continue to the next topic area.
Alright, so what's the evaluation? As a matter of fact, read all of that that's under that, the red and the blue.
All of these?
Mm-hmm.
It says it demonstrates an eyebrow. Please complete a waxing procedure.
Oh, not that part. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Read just the blue part.
I think it's up here.
Okay.
Prepares basic facial workstation. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions. Prepares client for a basic facial. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions. Demonstrates a basic facial using a towel steam process. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions. Cleans up basic facial workstation. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions.
That's it. So, what I demonstrated, first things first, I did eye makeup remover, right? So, before I started my basic facials, I set out all of my materials and, I took my cotton rounds out of my general supplies. I took my 4x4s out of the baggies and I put it down. And then, I then proceeded with makeup removal. When you do your makeup removal, you want 3 cotton rounds and put them all in your hand at once. I put them in between my fingers. You guys saw that? So yeah, I put them in between my fingers, and then I took the makeup removing product and doused the cotton rounds in the makeup remover, and then I threw the product in the trash. Right? So they give you time to clean up. However, whenever you finish using a product, go ahead and toss it so that you can keep your workstation clean at all times. So I have my 3 cotton rounds doused in makeup remover. The first cotton round I used is to wipe inside of the eye, or wipe the eye area in the eyebrow, working from medial, which is the center of the face, to lateral. So always working from the inside on out. So I use 1 cotton round for one eye, and I immediately toss it away. The second one, I do the same thing on the other eye, working from medial to lateral, and then I toss it away. I do everything 3 times just to make sure that my proctor can see me. The last cotton round I have is for the lips. One side for the top lip, flip it over, the other side for the bottom lip. I do it 3 times just so my proctor can see that I'm doing it. Then I toss it. You keep those same pairs of gloves on because you're just going from the client to the waste receptacle. There was a moment where I dropped something, and so whenever you drop something, pick it up immediately, throw it in the trash, sanitize your hands, replace your gloves. So in that case, if that is to happen, sanitize your hands, replace your gloves, and you continue. After I do the makeup removal, I did my general cleanser, cleansed the face. I removed it. I know y'all saw me take a water bottle, put it in the bowl. And then after I finished with the water bottle, I threw it in the trash. So I got my water in my bowl, just enough for whatever I need it for. You know, don't fill your whole bowl up, right? Because all you have is a waste receptacle and a soiled linen receptacle, and you want to toss it in the waste when you're finished. So use enough water for what you need it for. Don't fill the bowl up. So yeah, I doused my 4x4s. I used that to wipe away my cleanser. I did it 3 times so my proctor can see me. After that, I threw the 4x4s away, but I still have my bowl of water there. Keep that there because you might need it again. After that, I moved on to the face mask. I applied it with a fan brush. One of the things that I recommend whenever you're getting product out of jars, use a popsicle stick. That was one of the things I didn't do, but I recommend doing that. Even though everything is single use, all the products as you see, once you finish with it, you throw it in the trash. But use a popsicle stick whenever you're getting something out of jars, just because that is standard precautions. So I would recommend using a popsicle stick and applying the mask from your popsicle stick with your mask brush onto your client. And then when you're finished with that, you can toss it. If you don't want to do that, you just want to use the cup, that's fine as well. But just make sure that it is known that that is single use. Put that in the trash after you finish. Okay. So yes, after you do the mask, then you do your steam towel. And you guys saw, what did I do with the steam towel before I put it on my client? I tested on the inside of my elbow, on my wrist is optional as well. And then I also tested on the client. So you do your steam towel as regular. You remove the product as regular. After you do that, then I did toner or astringent. You some 4x4s. Oh no, I'm sorry, I skipped a step. Not you don't do your toner. After that, you do your massage. And you only do 4 massages. So after you remove the mask product, you go into your massage with your massage product. And then you do effleurage, friction, petrissage, and tapotement. Right? Do 3 reps so your your proctor can see it. After you do that, then you take 4x4s, put them in your bowl for water, remove the product, and then you can go in with your toner with your 4x4s. After you throw your other ones away and get you some fresh ones, apply your toner with your 4x4s, and then, toss those. And the final step is doing your moisturizer. Use a tongue depressor to get that out the jar, put that in the waste, and then apply your moisturizer on your client. And that concludes your facial part. I recommend, as you guys saw, I had nothing on my station left behind. After you finish with something, throw it away. And then take your gloves off, sanitize your hands. You may have a setup where your client is in a chair. If you have your client in the barber's chair, that's perfect, because then you can wipe down and disinfect your table. But there was one location that did not have chairs, they just had tables. And so if that's the case, you just wipe and disinfect everywhere where your products were. All right? Take off your gloves, sanitize your hands, and then wait for further instructions. Okay. Any questions? All right.
This evaluation is eyebrow waxing and tweezing. 5 minutes will be provided to set up your workstation and prepare your client for an eyebrow wax and tweezing. The proctor will announce when there are 2 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. Start your preparation. Time begins now. You have 2 minutes left to finish. Please stop working and stand quietly. Please stand quietly and wait for the evaluator. We will now continue the eyebrow waxing and tweezing. 5 minutes will be provided to clean off your eyebrow waxing and tweezing workstation. The proctor will announce when there are 2 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. Start your cleanup. Timing begins now.
Did you skip something?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Because remember I read before it said will provide to set up your workstation and prepare your client for an eyebrow wax and tweezing.
Alrighty, so read this red part. That's for the eyebrow wax.
Please complete a waxing procedure on one eyebrow. Begin now. Please stop and stand back quietly. You have completed your demonstration. Please stand quietly. You have 2 minutes left to finish. you have 2 minutes left to finish, please stop working.
Read the red part where it says, So what this one is, this one is different. So it go after waxing, it goes straight into tweezing. So let's talk about the waxing section. Tell me what they are evaluating in the waxing section. I'm sorry.
Demonstrates an eyebrow wax procedure using simulated soft wax. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions.
That's it.
Prepares workstation for eyebrow wax and tweezing. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions. Prepares client for eyebrow wax and tweeze. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions.
So we didn't do wax. We didn't do tweeze yet. We only did wax. So from my understanding, it's two separate sections. And so for the wax section, you want to cleanse the skin with an antiseptic. After you cleanse the skin with an antiseptic, then you pat it dry. After you pat the skin dry, then you can go into your wax. They're only really looking for you to do the bottom part of the eyebrow. So you do the bottom part of the eyebrow, of course holding the skin taut while you're applying the wax. After you apply your fake wax, then of course you apply the strip, the wax strip. You merge it into the wax, pull the skin taut, and remove it. Of course, apply pressure. Throw that stuff in the trash, and then you go into using your astringent. Antiseptic first, astringent last. So you put your astringent on the cotton round, wipe it on the skin, and then I guess you wait for instructions for the eyebrow tweezing section. Alright, so when you're going into your eyebrow tweezing section, you do the same thing in terms of setup. You grab your stuff for the tweezing, and then you demonstrate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Can you read what the evaluation is under tweezing?
Demonstrates a tweezing procedure on three hairs. Adheres to workplace infection control precautions. Adheres to workplace safety precautions.
That's it. So what I did, same thing, same way I prepped for brow wax. I did antiseptic first. I pat the skin dry, and I kept a cotton round for my tweezing. We're working on a model who does not have any hair, but you do want to demonstrate that you're at least plucking 3 hairs. And of course, the way I'm doing it, of course, I'm following in the direction of their hair growth. I ain't got no hair, but you do it about 6 times, just to make sure that your proctor sees you. After that, you throw that stuff away. You put your tweezers in your wet sanitizer, and then you use your astringent to, apply to the skin afterwards. Throw that in the trash. Take your gloves off and sanitize your hands, and then wait for further instructions.
You have 2 minutes. Please stop and stand back quietly. You have completed your demonstration. Please stand quietly. You have 2 minutes left to finish. Please stop working. The timing has ended. This evaluation is a daily workstation preparation for next client. 10 minutes will be provided to prepare your daily workstation for the next client. The proctor will announce when there are 5 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. You may start. Timing begins now.
So at this point, this is practically you just disinfecting. You have a mannequin, so you don't necessarily have to change your mannequin. You don't necessarily have to disrobe your mannequin. You want to keep your cape on. You want to keep your head wrap on. Just disinfect your station very well. At this point, I would leave everything as it is, with your mannequin, but just make sure you disinfect your station. So let me demonstrate that and then wait for instructions.
You have 5 minutes left to finish. Please stop and stand quietly. Please stop working. The timing has ended. All scoring has been completed. The test timing is complete. This concludes your PSI National Practical Test. Please make certain your floor is clear of debris and your workstation has been cleaned with disinfectant. Clear your work area of all the items you have brought into the room. Return all trash and supplies to your kit to carry out with you. When you are finished, raise your hand and wait for the proctor to sign off your work area. Test takers, begin your test cleanup.
Really quick, was there a makeup section?
I didn't see one.
No. It's right here.
Oh. This evaluation is makeup application. 10 minutes will be provided to set up your workstation and prepare your client for a makeup application. The proctor will announce when there are 5 minutes left to finish. When you complete your tasks, please stand quietly. Start your preparation. Timing begins now. You have 5 minutes left to finish. Please stop working. The timing has ended. 10 minutes will be provided to complete a makeup application. The proctor will announce when there are 5 minutes left to finish. When you have completed your tasks, please stand quietly. Start your makeup application. Timing begins now.
bones keep cracking. Now you can go to the end of the exam. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you tell us what they're looking for this makeup section?
Prepares workstation for makeup application, adheres to workplace infection control precautions, adheres to workplace safety precautions, prepares client for makeup application, adheres to workplace infection control precautions, adheres to workplace safety precautions, transfers makeup to palette, adheres to workplace infection control precautions, adheres to workplace safety precautions, uses applicators, adheres to workplace infection control precautions, adheres to workplace safety precautions, cleans up makeup application workstation, adheres to workplace infection control precautions, adheres to workplace safety precautions.
So when you do your makeup application, you're supposed to have a makeup palette. I have one in the room right now, but it's not clean. And so that palette is where you put all your makeup items. Your lipstick, your foundation, your blush, your eyeshadow. Put it all on that palette. And from there, of course, you go in with the original tubes, like your lipstick, your foundation, your eyeshadow. You scrape all of that stuff off with tongue depressors or sticks, and then transfer it to the palette. All of the original containers, you put it in the waste, and then you can start your makeup application. You know, it doesn't matter how you do it. I usually do foundation, eye makeup, and lips last. All right, so you can use a cotton round or a wedge for your foundation. You can use a cotton round or your wedge for the blush. You can use Q-tips for your eyeshadow. What I did with the brow pencil, the only way to sanitize a brow pencil is by sharpening it. So you sharpen it before you do your brow application. Then you sharpen it after. And then obviously throw it in the trash. After you throw that in the trash, then you can do your lip application with a Q-tip from the palette. Take the lipstick from the palette, put it on the client's lips, throw everything, your palette, your Q-tips, all that good stuff, in the waste. And that is your makeup application. Very, very simple, very basic. Okay. All right, now you can do the last section.
The one where it says preparation for next client?
Or
you want me to do this concludes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This concludes your PSI National Practical Test. Please make certain your floor is clear of debris and your workstation has been cleaned with disinfectant. Clean your work area of all the items you have brought into the room. Return all trash and supplies to your kit to carry out with you. When you are finished, raise your hand and wait for the proctor to sign off your work area. Test takers, begin your test cleanup. PSI would like to thank you for coming today. You will receive your score report via email within 48 hours. Please direct any questions about your results to the email address or phone number listed on your score report. We cannot answer any questions about the test or your test results. Have a great day. You are excused.
So that last section is still being graded. What I did was, the very first thing I did was I had sanitized my hands, put some gloves on, and then I just took everything off my table. When I say everything, I don't mean everything. I took my first aid kit, my gloves, and all that stuff that was in my general supplies, put that in the trash. And then I took the headband and the shower cap off my client, put that in the trash. Then I put the cape, the towel, the sheet, put that in soiled linens. And then I took my disinfectant wipe, wiped everything down, put that in the waste. My gloves are still on at this time, so I opened up my bin and I just transported all of my 2 bins into my tote. And then take your gloves off and put that in the trash, and then do that. And then take your hand sanitizer, sanitize your hands, and put the lid on everything. And that's pretty much how you conclude your test. Very simple, very easy.
Damn stressful. Okay.
Yeah.